Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you the best raw gold farm to do in the fresh classic servers. This is Mage only. Before we get into it, I'd like to show you my complete gold making guide for classic World of Warcraft. This goes over all of the best methods to make gold in classic World of Warcraft, and this works for the fresh servers, the era servers, and also the hardcore servers. It's linked down below if you want to check it out. So first of all, we're going to be solo farming ZF Graveyard. This is the build that you want to have when doing this on a mage. So you want to go heavy into Frost and then also into Arcane. These are the order of the levels and the talents that you want to spend and what level to actually spend them at. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be farming ZF. So you want to head over to ZF and I'll show you how to get over to the actual graveyard safely. So you don't actually need that good of gear to do this, and you can come here as low as level 42 and start doing this farm. At this farm, you're looking at around 40 gold per hour in raw gold, and that is from vendoring absolutely everything, which is insane for a fresh server. Sometimes you can get a bit closer to 50 gold per hour, but on average it's around 40 gold per hour. So this is the first reset spot that you're going to go to, and it's behind these two like pillar things right here. Now the only thing that can get annoying with this is the totems. As you can see, they keep summoning the totems, so that's keeping me in combat. So if they summon a totem, just step out and fire blast it and get rid of it, and then come back to the reset spot, and after a little while you will drop combat and you'll be able to mount up. Before you mount up, you want to make sure that you use your ice barrier and your mana shield. Then you want to mount up and you want to follow exactly where I'm going. We're basically just making our way to the graveyard. Now, when you're running here, you want to make sure you have Ice Barrier and Mana Shield up, because when you have this up, you obviously don't take damage, but you also cannot get dazed. And dazed is when you get hit behind and it'll actually slow you down, which can mess you up. Now, if your shields run out, you want to make sure that your back is not pointing at the mobs, because if they hit you from the back, they have a chance of dazing you. However, if they hit you front on, they cannot actually daze you. So if you run out of your shield, just make sure you're facing your front to them always. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull the boss, get aggro on the boss, and then we're going to start opening up the graves. We're going to open the graves on the right side first, and then we're going to run behind this reset location right here. We're going to wait for our combat to drop, heat up to full, throw on our ice barrier and our mana shield, and we're going to get these graves right here. So we just want to make sure that we're opening up every single one of these. Then I like to use a Nova there, and then a cold snap and another Nova, just to keep these guys off me a bit better, just so you have a bit more time to run to this reset location. You want to come to this location, let the mobs drop off you, wait for this pat right here to get out of the road, and then you want to open up the rest of the graves. Now at the end of opening these graves, I like to Nova once again, just to get some space in between me and the mobs, and then back to the reset location. So now the hard part is actually over. We've got to the grave, we've got all the mobs up out of the graves, and now it is time to actually do the kill phase. Now when I go into the kill phase, I like to change into some gear that has a bit higher damage, and I also like to buff up. I use the Sagefish Delight just because this gives back more mana per hour. Now it's very important to swap over to your mage armor right here, so you can have a lot more mana when casting your blizzards. Now you want to jump up on this like statue right here, up on the side part, then you need to mount up right here to get to the next location. So you need to mount up to actually jump up there. And now once you're up here, you want to throw a rank 1 blizzard on these two mobs right here, and then you want to jump over. I like to jump over and I like to CS the boss just to get aggro, because this will help pull all of the other mobs if you also pull the boss. Then I run down right on the side. Now it's important to be on the side so the mobs still run to you. Now any mobs that haven't got aggro to you, you just want to do a rank 1 blizzard on them, get their aggro, and now what you're going to do is you're going to jump back and forth on this corner right here. So as you can see, we're just jumping back and forth, and what this will do is this will stack up all of the mobs in a nice tight group. Now when you're doing this jump, if you actually click with your like arrow key to the inside part, this will also help stack the mobs. So for an example, I jump over now and I hold in the left arrow key. When I jump over this way, I hold in the right arrow key, and this will just make the pack a lot tighter. And now for your blizzards, you want to make sure you're blizzarding right on this corner just there where I am, because what happens when you actually blizzard on a corner is the mobs will get hit on both sides of the corner, so they're basically getting hit by the same blizzard multiple times, giving you a lot more damage and a higher chance of you actually blizzarding all the mobs. As you can see, we actually just missed a couple of the mobs. Now this isn't our fault, they basically just resisted and there's nothing you can really do about that. Now if some of the mobs actually resist, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have an ice barrier up, and then you just want to jump back over the ledge and back and forth and then go once again. Because if you don't have ice barrier up, they can actually daze you when you go ahead and jump over the thing, and this will make you land short. Now you're just going to keep on repeating this process and blizzarding the mobs on the corner, then once again if they're all stacked nicely. Now once you run out of mana, you want to jump over onto the left side and you want to evo all the way up to full mana, and then you want to go again and finish off the mobs. If you're like level 42, you might have to use some rank 1 blizzards and just wait a little bit till your mana comes back before you can actually do the kill phase. But anything over like level 44, you're going to be able to kill them with just 1 evo worth of getting mana back. And then you want to loot up all of the mobs. There's going to be a bunch of different items you can get from here, so a lot of this stuff we're just going to be straight up vendoring. However, you can actually get some epics from here and also some rare like BOEs that are worth a lot of gold that I wouldn't recommend selling on the vendor. I'd recommend selling them straight to the auction house because you get a lot more gold for them, especially like the epics that you can get from here, the purples. They could sell for a lot of gold. But as you can see, we actually just got a rare, so instead of vendoring this piece, we're going to go ahead and throw that up on the auction house. However, once you've done looting everything, you want to be in a group with your second character. Now you can do this with 2 accounts, or what you can do is you can have 1 account and you can just log out from your mage and log into another character. You want to make sure you pass lead to the second character and then you log out on your mage, and then once your mage is logged out, you're going to jump over onto the other character and you're going to reset all instances. So just like that, we have logged out on the mage. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on our character frame right here, reset all instances, and then we're going to log back into the mage, and this will teleport you straight to the graveyard that is in Tanaris, and then it's right near a vendor, so it makes it very, very convenient and easy to go ahead and vendor all the items and go again for another run. So what I like to do is simply just mount up, and we're going to make our way into the town. We're going to go straight to the vendor, we're going to vendor everything, we're going to run back to ZF, and we're going to rinse and repeat this process over and over again. Obviously you can do 5 runs per hour. Once you get good at this, you'll be able to do 1 run in like 5 to 7 minutes. They're actually very, very quick once you get it all down, especially if you're doing this at level 60. You can actually do the kill phase extremely quickly. But as you can see, we're just going to vendor absolutely everything, and we're going to be making a bunch of raw gold. The only thing that we're going to be keeping obviously was that blue that we got. We want to throw that up on the auction house. But as simple as this, now we're vendored, we're going to run back to ZF and we're going to rinse and repeat this process. And this is how you make the best raw gold on the fresh classic servers as a mage at the moment. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe to the channel because I'm bringing out daily gold making videos for the fresh classic servers. Also, once again, if you want to check out my complete gold guide for classic World of Warcraft, there'll be a link for that down below in the description box, and this goes over everything you need to know about making gold in classic World of Warcraft. Till the next one guys, take care.